Welcome back. And just before the break, we were discussing World Haemophiliac Day with Kyle, but I want to talk to Kyle about something else because you have lived with us. You've lived with it for a very long period of time.
Yes.
What's that like?
Well, it has its pros and its cons. Mainly its cons, but with a positive outlook, you know, you can really improve your quality of life. You know, like when it comes to sport and stuff like that, the only real thing that's recommended is swimming.
Oh,
so you know,
nothing wrong with that.
No, swimming's fantastic.
Swimming's a great sport.
Swimming's fantastic. But I did have to make peace with the fact that I was not going to be an All Black.
Not going to be a New Zealand breaker? No,
not going to be one of those. Do like basketball though.
Yeah.
Do like basketball. But you know, that's one of the things that happens when you're a child with haemophilia. Yeah. You know, you've got to set the expectations, and you just get involved in other things. You know, what can you do? You use your brain. Yep. You know, you stay fit for yourself, so you're not in pain.
So it'd be those contact sports that would be really a no-no.
Yeah. Football is okay, but you know, it's not even like the hits and the knocks. It's the damage you do to yourself running around for 90 minutes. Yep. You know, the joints, the sprigs and everything. Like it's just a recipe for disaster.
Can't take that chance. How did your parents find out that you actually had haemophilia?
Well, like these days, you would be diagnosed almost instantly.
Yep.
You know, like I'm not actually sure why I wasn't, but my parents only found out when I was about 15 months old, which is very late for a severe haemophiliac. There were a few instances that sort of set the red flags off. I had a cut from a lollipop in the top of my mouth, and in the morning the cot was obviously showing signs of having a haemophiliac child in it.
I got that, and I don't mean to be glib or a vampire visit.
Very similar to that. And then also where I was around at my grandparents, and I walked into a door because I was a child, and my face just went black, and you know, by the time they took me in, they actually said he may have mild von Willebrand's, which is a different bleeding disorder, lower on the spectrum, but no, as it turned out, it was severe haemophilia. Because
what actually happened in those times is that a lot of children get presented with a lot of bruising and what have you, and they kind of went the other route, like, you know, what are you doing to your child?
You know,
which was really, but now you're into your, you know, I was going to say later years, is that, do you find it difficult as a young man, you know, sort of, does it curtail you socially?
When I was younger, very much so. You know, I was very ill as a child. I started school in the Christchurch Hospital schoolroom. You know, like when my first day at a normal school was in a wheelchair. You know, like I was in hospital for months at a time. So earlier on, definitely. But then hitting high school, you know, people start to see you for more than just, you know, your outer or your inner, you know, and people start to know for, you know, maybe you're quick-witted, maybe you're good with girls, maybe you're funny, you know, like there's so many more things that people see when you get to high school, and I definitely felt that too, that, you know, people no longer were really judging you because of that, and that gives you the confidence to not stress about it so much.
Well done. Just shows, you know, that the ambassadors living with an illness and how they can rise above it. Now, back by popular demand, the CDHB Healthy Eating segment, this time Ashburton Intermediate.
Hi, I'm Vicky from Community and Public Health, the division of the Canterbury District Health Board. We've been working with students to develop healthy options for their school canteen. And working with me on the project today are Melissa and Georgia from Ashburton Intermediate. Hi girls.
Hi Vicky, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Georgia, and today we're going to make sushi as a gluten-free lunch option or snack for the canteen.
Sounds great. So what do we need to do first?
First we need to prepare the rice. This is a short grain sushi rice that we have prepared following the packet instructions.
To the cooked rice we add rice wine vinegar and a little bit of sugar to make it to give it a good flavour. If you want to make sure that the sushi is gluten free, then make sure that you check the labels.
Excellent. So Georgia's going to give that a bit of a mix. And what else goes in the sushi?
We tried a few combinations and decided to use canned tuna.
Excellent. Why did you choose tuna?
Tuna is a great source of omega-3, which is good for your heart. It's also full of protein, which is good for building muscles and keeping you fuller for longer.
Great. And what are you adding to the tuna there?
I'm adding a gluten-free mayonnaise. It's lower in fat than standard mayonnaise, and it binds the tuna together and makes it taste yummy. I'm also adding a little bit of spring onion to colour
give it a bit of colour. Excellent. Yeah. Great. And so what are you going to do while Melissa's doing that, Georgia?
I'm going to prepare the vegetables.
Excellent. And what veggies have you decided on?
We're using carrot, sliced thinly, as it is cheap to buy and available most of the year. We're also using capsicum, green onion and cucumber, but you can use whatever vegetables are in season.
Excellent. So why do you think that gluten-free option is important for the canteen?
Gluten is a protein found in many grains such as wheat. Some people are allergic or intolerant to gluten and need to avoid it. It can be difficult to find healthy snacks or lunch options that are gluten-free when you're out and about.
Excellent. So you've got some really great ingredients there. Now it just all needs to be put together.
First, put the nori down and then spoon up the rice. It's good to squish it down with the back of a wet spoon.
Excellent. Good. So you're laying out your rice there. Okay, so once you've got your rice on, what happens next?
Now lay out the filling.
So in goes your tuna. So what other fillings could you use other than the tuna?
You could leave out the tuna and just have vegetables to make it vegetarian.
Excellent. So now you're going to show us the art of rolling the sushi.
Yeah, it takes a few goes to get the hang of it, but once you have it, it's easy.
Have a little bowl of water to wet the edge of the nori so that it sticks down.
Great, that looks fantastic. So how do you think these should be served in the school canteen?
There are a few different options. They can be cut into small rounds and served in a plastic container with some soy sauce. Or to save on plastic, they can be wrapped up in cling film and eaten as a sushi roll. The sushi is really easy to eat this way.
Excellent, they look great either way I think. The sushi rolls might also save a bit of time for the canteen. And how much do you think they would sell for, Melissa?
If you keep the cost down by using canned tuna and seasonal vegetables, then they could be sold for $5 a serving.
Sushi is a great option for the canteen, as it can be made ahead of time and kept cool. No need to heat during the lunch rush.
This is the finished product and we think it looks delicious.
We'll be right back after the break.